Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sean Carlson from Blackjack 98 Enterprises. I am in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I am cleaning the back alleyway. As you can see behind me, there's a trail of soap that is leading to a drain, and there's a reason for that, and I'm going to flip the camera over so you can see what it is that I am doing. This here is the back alleyway between Naruto Sushi and Toby's Liquor Store on Commercial Drive. That there is Commercial Drive. The problem is people are using this back alley as their own public toilet and dump. My job I undertook for myself is to clean up the back alley. This will be the third time of me doing it. The way that I do it is using those tools down there. You see that orange bucket? That orange bucket has laundry, soap, and water, and I dump it from there and I start sweeping all the way down into the front of the parkade entrance of Toby's, and I do the exact same thing on this side. Dumping, sweeping. Yesterday I did a whole bunch of raking and I raked up a whole bunch of big stuff, put that into the garbage, but as you can see, when people are dumping their liquids, whether it be piss or shit or otherwise, it goes down that little track right there and goes all pools down into that area. You see that fence where the bucket is? That's where it all pools down into. So in the summertime when it's really hot, those garbage cans that you see up there, right in front of that white vehicle, that is where the smell emanates from. So the liquids coming down into this area, they seep into there too. That parkade does smell a bit. People especially use this right here as a toilet, and that liquid comes down into that little track right there. Oh, there's my broom, here's my buckets, that's what I use to clean. Later will be a pressure washer to rinse all this down, but the liquids, when it's raining, washes everything all the way down here into that storm drain, which you see up ahead right there. Okay, now this little track right here needs to be washed out because that's where the smell is coming from. It doesn't come from this side as much except for those garbage right there. And that garbage right there overflows because of issues. And as you can tell by the concrete, it is stained and dirty. So there's a lot of stuff that is embedded into that concrete. That will be pressure washed later. That will also be cleaned up similar to the way that it is that I'm doing now. There's a lot of garbage in this area. The landlords of this building here do their job to keep this area here clean. The problem is drunk people or people that like to party come into this area and they sit right there and they make a mess into this area. So you see the steps here into this corner where you see that I dumped a whole bunch of pine sol. That there is full of clumps of poop and smells all to hell. That's also where the main drain comes from, people's gutters. You can see that. So that will be cleaned out as well. That'll be like raked out and put into garbage. I have done this area here under the steps. I will be doing that again with the permission of the lady from the borough. This entire area right here, this little walkway, that will be done too on the steps, on the concrete, just to get rid of the crap that is on the sidewalk. And this parking alleyway, I'll do right up to that green stuff there, right up to that entrance. See where there's green? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I'll get rid of that. I have a surface cleaner on my pressure washer. So everybody, as you can see, I'm doing my part to keep the area clean. This here too, this telephone pole, that's full of piss too. I'll be washing right up to there with the pressure washer, getting all that out. So somebody did pressure washing here a couple months ago in this area and they did a pretty good job. But all in all, it smells back here in the summertime. It gets really bad though. The sewage and garbage smell seeps into our balcony area. And that is horrible. Nobody should have to live like that. And I take it upon myself to clean this at least twice a year. Now that I got a hold of the building manager for that green building, I also got a hold of the people that are at Naruto Sushi, the borough, as well as Toby's there. You know what, let me flip the camera around. I had gotten a hold of the city of Vancouver. I was talking to a guy by the name Evan from Sanitation. I explained to him this situation that I wanted to do 2 years ago. He accepted it. just about a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago actually. I got a hold of a lady at the City of Vancouver Environmental, and she praised me for my efforts, and there seemed to be no issue that she wanted to bring up, because I told her about storm drains and the stuff that is draining into them. Now, when you consider all the stuff that is draining into that I'm putting into there, it's laundry, soap, and water only. If you're thinking that all the shit and piss is going in there, it sort of is, but I'm doing my best to clump it up into a pile so that way I can put it into a garbage can and then take it to the landfill. So I'm just gonna do a video later after I am done sweeping the area with the soap and water, and then I'm gonna show you the tools that I use to pressure wash. I just bought a brand spanking new pressure washer at a Canadian Tire, 4,200 psi, and there's a surface cleaner tool. I actually might even use that too. It's got a wand on it, so it'll be very powerful in lifting the shit out of the concrete and making this alleyway a whole lot cleaner. As you can tell behind me, there is stains. Oh, and that's something I also wanted to tell you guys too. You know what, let me put this on pause. Okay, so you remember me showing you this drain. I want to show you something else. The garbage cans. Okay, these are 4 garbage cans, and over the years I have watched people put garbage into here, and there is another problem that I am seeing. You see that stuff there? There is stains into the concrete here coming from these garbage cans, and I am assuming that one of those businesses right there, Naruto, the Burro, Chihuahua, they come from that white door or that back alleyway, and they dump shit into these garbage cans, and it's probably leaking. So it's probably used kitchen oil or used something, and it's seeping into that drain right there. And I noticed that. So not all of the smell is coming from those garbage cans or the piss and shit, but also from these here. People doing illegal dumping of whatever chemicals or liquids or oils that are going into there. Okay, so I will be doing nothing about this area here, because that would probably be the end of my day once I am done cleaning up that area. And so I just wanted to bring that up to everybody's attention, that there is stuff seeping out of these garbage cans, which is also creating that bad smell. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to start cleaning. Oh, what time is it? The time right now is 7:24, Saturday, June the 3rd. Let me get going. Okay, so I just cleaned up this corner here. I went and dumped an entire bucket last night of pine sol and water. It was full of poop, and I just scooped it up into that friggin' garbage bag right there. And a lot of you are thinking, you couldn't pay me enough to do something like that. I just want y'all to know that all this work that I'm doing is free of charge. I'm doing this voluntarily. I am not being paid to do this at all. But I wanted to point out, aside from the awful smell that you cannot smell right now, that little corner right there is harboring some type of drain. So all the fluid is going into there, but that's fine. I'll flush that out. The water supply is graciously being given to me by permission of Anya from the Burro. I said Anya, it's probably Ayana. That right there is what I'm using. That's what I'll use to do this entire area up until I get up to that building there. Then I'll be using their water supply to clean their back alleyway. And this area right here is full of grease, because before there was a couple cans here. I do not know what is in those cans, but this was a heavily greasy area. And I'm just seeing that now, and that telephone pole is pretty gross. So I'm doing the best I can just to get this all swept up before I start washing away. And I think from this point, it's probably going to seep into that drain there, and also that one. So what I'm going to do when I see clumps, I'm going to scoop them up and put them into the garbage here. Only thing that should be going into that drainer there is the dirty water. And that drain area will be cleaned out after I am done. Okay, so on this side here, the building, I went and swept all the way down here, and this is what I came up with. If you look at this, so you can see a lot of glass, broken glass, dog shit, dirt, other people's garbage. I wanted to point out that because there's a liquor store on this side right here, people park right there, their vehicles right there. So if there's broken glass in there and all that shit that people are parking in, making it's very dangerous, because they could get a hole in their tire. So I'm just taking this stuff here, putting it into the garbage here. There's another couple piles down there. I'll be emptying too. There was a pile down there, but it was cleaned up already before I got to it. And yeah, this is what people leave behind when they're drunk out of their minds and looking for a place to use the washroom. This is what it looks like when you sweep the area. Okay, now after splashing a whole bunch of laundry soap in that area into this corner, giving it a rake and a sweep, I rinsed it off with the hose there just a little bit, just to get that out of that walkway for the people that go up and down those stairs there. I would rinse that out. Now, some of you are wondering, why the hell do I use laundry soap? Well, for starters, me doing this lifts the grease and stuff that is stuck onto the concrete, makes it nice and loose. And when it comes time for me to do the pressure washing, it's going to be a lot easier to get rid of all the dirt and the gunk and all the corners and stuff instead of being stuck on. And laundry soap smells 100% a whole lot better. So the entire alleyway now should by now smell like soap, which is exactly what it is that I'm looking for. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my pressure washer and I'm going to clean this area. So that white stuff is just soap suds. I use the rest of my laundry soap there to clean this area, up there and over there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my pressure washer. I usually start with the top corner. I start all the way up here and I work down on both sides, the entire area, not just the sides, but the middle here too, all the way down there. See my shadow? I include the area with my shadow. So the left, the middle, the right, all the way down, pressure wash, pressure wash, pressure wash, pressure wash. The entrance area there, that little doorway right in front of the gate, all the way to that tree. And then I come back around here and I start at this telephone pole, and I start washing that area, the bottom of the steps, under the steps, around here, the brown part of the fascia, onto here. I'll probably start at the top of the steps there, and then I'll work my way down with the pressure washer. Everything will drain into this area here. As you can see, it's starting to pool into areas. When you're doing cleaning, street cleaning, you're going to find out where the areas of water are pooling, because here in Vancouver it rains a lot. In those areas where it is raining a lot is where the water is pooling. You'll find that out. And that is where the soap and water should be. And as you can start to see that drain right there is kind of raised a little bit, so the water's not exactly getting into that drain. So if there is any bad solids, it's going to gather around it. I will just scoop it up with my broom and dustpan and put it into a garbage can. So the next video right now is going to be displaying my pressure washer. Before I get my pressure washer, I wanted to show everybody the reason for all this. This is our view from the balcony. Okay? There's the garbage. There's the fence. That's Toby's right there. That's the sushi place. That's the area that I'm cleaning. Visibly, you can actually watch people piss and shit in this area, especially in that doorway. That garbage area there overfills, and when you put everything together in a hot sunny day during the warm weather, that smell emanates and it comes seeping into our area, and it's absolutely disgusting. This is the reason why I am doing this particular job of cleaning the alleyway. Just so you all know, I am not the only one that probably thinks this. Everybody's always thinking, somebody's got to do something, got to phone the city. The city is not going to do this. I am going to do this, and I am doing this. Okay, so this is my big badass motherfucker. And if I was to ever come up with a name for this, that is exactly what I would call it. Big badass motherfucker. This is brand spanking new, has never been used. I just unboxed it a couple of months ago, put it together. This is what it looks like all together. Now, some of you are wondering, did you put oil in it? Yes, I did. 10W30 into this area here. It's full. That there is the start mechanism. This here is the throttle mechanism. This here is the choke. This here is the fuel. So I gotta put gas into it, which is what I forgot to do before I brought it out here, but that's not a big deal. I'm gonna leave this on here. There's another tag on here too. I'm gonna leave this on here as well. So all you gotta do is just put gas in it and start it up. And I should take a video of me using it, so that way for those of you that wanna see it in action, you can. This is also going to go onto YouTube on a separate video for Canadian Tire reviews. This was a Canadian Tire product. I bought it for roughly $1,800 Canadian. Okay, and tires are awesome. Love those tires. They're air tires. I'm just in a huge pan, so for those of you that are interested in buying this, you'll have an idea. There's the engine specs. Okay, so I'm gonna put some gas into it. Oh, and this is the wand. The wand. Some of you are probably saying, you should never store it like that because you could ruin the tip. Well, yeah, fair enough. It's fine. And those are the tips for it right there that go onto here. Okay, so I'm going to hook this up. Okay, so I got the water and the hose hooked up. That is a long hose, by the way. That's like at least 40 feet. This is the hookup for the water. The water's in there. There's water pressure in there. All I got to do is just purge the water out by hitting the trigger. So this is what it looks like when you purge the water out of a line. You need to do this before you start your pressure washer, otherwise something bad is going to happen. I don't want something bad to happen. But this is what it should look like normally when you purge the air out of the water line in your pressure washer. Just by pressing the trigger. Look for leaks in the water pump area. There is nothing leaking. This is a brand new. I've never used it before. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start it now. It's good to do this for about a minute. Let a good solid flow go through. Oh, there's the markings for the hose. That's a thick hose, by the way. That's at least 3/4 inch thick, and it's very heavy. Everything, I just wanted to have snap connections on there. This is for the soap. So you use the black tip. Oh, when it comes to tips, I went and used the 40-degree tip for this. There we go. That's it. So now the starting procedures. Okay, water is hooked up, air is purged to the line. We're going to turn it on. Air is on. Fuel is on. Oh, look at that, it was already on. Okay, so this is off. This is on. Okay, so the choke, it is in a choke position. This is the throttle. It is, that's slow, that's fast. So this is technically ready to start. So I'm going to start pulling on this. Okay, I got to put my phone down. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. My big badass motherfucker worked. I just did from the corner there all the way to that line. You see that dirt line down there? I just did both sides of here. So let's analyze it. So yeah, there's graffiti on there. Oh, this thing is so powerful enough that it actually takes graffiti right off that telephone pole. I'll show it to you in a bit. You can see my strokes that I made with the tip of the nozzle. I want to tell you all that I've seen a lot of power washers here in Vancouver where they just spray the tip of the surface and just wash the dirt away, and they think that they're doing a good job. But if you look at this part here, this is what happens when you put the tip in. Okay, so when you have the tip 2 inches away from the concrete, it should look like this. This is what happens on this side, like right here. This is when you have it about 3, 4, 5 inches away. Doesn't do as much of a good job. And if you have the tip away about more than 1 foot, you're not really doing much except just washing it just a little bit. But if you want to really dig deep, you got to put the tip in about at least 1 inch. Don't let anybody else tell you that it's a bad idea to put the tip in. Putting the tip in is not necessarily a bad idea. By putting the tip in about 1 inch, you can see that it did a very good number on this wood, getting the graffiti off. It stripped it a little bit to its bare components. Okay? And a lot of you are thinking, well, you just killed the wood's protective layer, now it's going to decay, and now the city's going to go and replace that because you went and pressure washed it. Oh, give me a break and fuck you. See, right there. I didn't do that one because I just wanted to show you what it looks like before. And then if I'm going to put the tip in about 1 inch away from that, that's pretty much going to come clean. But this area here was like completely green gunk. Green gunk I refer to as sewage area. When you look at the wood here, you can see how clean it is. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to gas up and put oil in it, because that's exactly what you should be doing with a pressure washer each time you shut it off over a long period of time. Oh, and I wanted to show everybody, you see that gunk right there on the all the gunk on the ground? Well, that's going to be swept up and put into my garbage can, just like I said I was going to do. And look at that. You can see it. It's nice and clean. Oh, and the laundry soap that I was talking about. The laundry soap, when I pressure wash it, helps aromate air, make it like smell nice. So therefore, by using laundry soap when you're pressure washing, helps the air smell nicer. And now I'm going to sweep all that shit up. One of the things I wanted to point out when you're starting this, if any of you have ever had to pull this and you're wondering what the fuck it's stuck all of a sudden, that's because you got the water pressure so extremely high that it's not going to turn. So there's a minus side on this way going this way, and a plus sign going this way. So you want to, when you're going to start it, you're going to loosen that off. That's going to relieve the pressure in the pump so you can start it. Okay, so loosen this off quite a lot. That's nice and whatever, and then go ahead and start it. So now that I went and did that part, now comes this part right here, all the way up to that area, that corner, and then I start moving from that buggy all the way down this entire parking lot area up to those garbage cans. That's it. Okay, so now we got to put some oil into this thing. It's a good practice to put oil into this regularly when you gas it up. A lot of people don't do that and they screw up an engine. So wipe all the debris away from the oil area here. Put a cloth under there so there's no spillage. And you're going to need a funnel, a funny funnel, okay? So does not matter if it's full or not full. You gotta top it up every time. Oh, you know what? I'm at a bit of a tilt. I'm at a bit of an angle here. So I'm gonna switch this so it's not downhill. It's hot because I just had it running. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I just had it running, so oil expands and might leak a little bit when you're doing this. So there we go. Yeah. Where's our funnel? Where's our funnel? Where did I put the funnel? Where'd it go? It's on the ground somewhere. I dropped it. Oh no. There it is. Okay. Gotta wipe that. All the debris. You don't want any debris inside the oil reservoir. Now we're going to use some oil. This is, you should be using 1030 oil. It doesn't say what brand. And we're just gonna put it in there, top it up a little bit. Glug 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 glug. Glug 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 glug. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. Alright. Glug 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 glug. Some people don't do this and they run an engine dry of oil. They gas it up and then they forget to put oil in it when they're gassing it up. And that's very bad. Oil is crucial in a 4-cycle engine. Okay, so every time you gas up, you should be topping up the oil. Make that standard practice. That's it. Okay, so I've got a majority of that done. Now I've moved on to the next building where I'm taking care of the garbage area. And you see that green bin there, that's full of flies and shit, so that's exactly where the smell is coming from. But those all gotta be dumped in it because they're full. Overflowing. I gotta sweep this out. And when I wash it, it's all gonna go into that area. And I did a little bit of that area. You can see by the wetness. I had everything there. It's nice and clean. I'll do a video of that later. Right? You know what? I should get a camera and prop it up here. And then you can see me work. Then you probably don't want to see me work, but then I don't know if you do or not. But this is the before video, what it looks like. And then I'm going to wash those, put those back over in front of that telephone pole. Alright, so this is the garbage area. I just moved all those into the number 2 spot, and the number 1 spot, and on the other side here the pole, including the pole. And I should wash these parts. So let me show you. I got the mold out of the corner there. You don't see any mold there, but there's a little line that you just noticed. You see that number 2 spot? The number 1 spot? That yellow line in the middle? There's a reason why I stopped there. And the reason is somebody has their vehicle here and I don't want to splash it with all this shit and gunk. Last thing I need is to get sued. So I just stopped right there. Anyhow, this if the owner of this building wants me to continue on, this car's got to move. But when you look at the number 1 spot where I had done all the way down there, pressure washed it out, all that gunk, we'll see what it looks like when it dries up. Right now it's all wet, and the river of shit and piss and garbage is accumulating, and it is accumulating way over here. So where this water is pooling is where it would stink up the most. So in this particular area that I'm standing in now, this is where it starts to stink. And this is where it is all leaking into, seeping into it. This is just water because I scooped a whole bunch of the gunk up into a garbage pail. We're just gonna go look at everything that I had done here. So I would say that I am now done. I did this part here. This is all washed out. You can see that there's a little bit of muddy patches. That's just because of the mud. There's a little bit of fine dirt and whatever. You can tell where I tried to sweep it up. You know, I can just probably take some pressure, regular household pressure to wash that out. And the shade here. There's, ooh, look at that. I gotta get rid of that. Actually, you know what? I'm not really done, so I gotta get that. And the steps here. I was asked to do the steps, but in this area, I gotta touch up a little bit. I was more focused on that corner there, which I got. So yeah, I'm not really done in this corner. I still have a lot to do. I'll do that in a bit. Oh crap. Hey guys, how you doing? I was not able to get the steps here all the way up to there because my hose couldn't reach far enough.
Hey, I got hose.
That's fine.
That's fine. Looks great.
Yeah. All right.
If you're hungry, don't be afraid to ask for something.
Oh yeah, I'll come get something later. Maybe in an hour or two, I'll come get something. Yeah.
Perfect.
Have a good one. So nice and clean, nice and clean. It actually smells nice when I show you all. These steps I gotta do too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to take all these flower pots, line them up around here, and then do the steps. But you know what? I am so freaking hungry right now. It's unbelievable. The sun is shining on all the work that I had done, exposing all the areas. You know, it kind of looks kind of dirty, but you'll wash that out. It smells nice in here. It's clean. It smells like laundry soap as I planned it. For those of you that wanted to know what you should look for when you're pressure washing, concrete is supposed to be a light gray color. Okay? Asphalt should be like a dark gray. There should be no black anything. Okay. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the area. It should be just a little bit better now. I do got to take that garbage out in the next building. I'll do that later today. I'll probably take 2 loads with my trailer. And that will be all. Thank you, everybody. My name is Sean Carlson from Blackjack 98 Enterprises in Vancouver, Canada. Have a good one. So just before I closed this video, I was cleaning up, doing some tidying, sweeping, and I found this guy right there. He decided to take advantage of the clean area and just chill out right there. That's so awesome. It's perfectly clean for him to do that. I like it. He's not pissing in it right now, or he's not yet anyhow, but oh well.